Maurice said, as good as you and Blake and the line have been offensively, you haven't been great defensively yet. How much do you take that to heart, and do you agree?
Yeah, obviously our start wasn't great last night. A few unlucky bounces, and that's the way it goes. So you can't dwell on it too much. You got to just keep it working, and that's what we did today. We had a good practice, and be ready for another tough test in Calgary.
Well, next is Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Mark, looking at your own game, what's been working for you personally so far this year, and what have you found to be a challenge?
I think it's everything. It's the start of the year, so you're trying to figure out, figure out your rhythm, figure out what's going well, what's not going well, and try to work on that in practice. So that's it's tough to pinpoint exact things, but it's always a work in progress. Every season you got to keep on getting better and better, and that's what practice is for. That's what these games are for, to get better and better. And you just gotta continue to find your rhythm, continue to find what makes it work for you and what makes it work for your line and for the team. And that's what we got to continue to do here. It's still early on, and we still gotta figure out our rhythm. And each game, that's another stepping stone.
We'll go next to Sarah Orleski from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Mark, you look to have some new line mates out there. Just what do you think the three of you could potentially do, and how could you guys complement each other going up against Calgary?
Yeah, I obviously played with both of them a little bit. Nikki a little more than Copper, but obviously me and Copper are familiar with each other and know what we want out of each other. So I think the biggest thing is just to do the simple things all over the ice. Simple chips, good dumps. Get to the right position for each other, and then let it all take over from there. So we got skill, we got guys that'll get it on the forecheck, we got speed. So we got it all. We just gotta put it together and work together every single shift, and it all starts in the D zone.
We'll go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hey, Mark, speaking of the D zone, when you look back on the video on that, is it read and react? Is it overthinking the defensive assignments at certain times? What would you chalk up to some of the tough moments? I'm not saying all, but some of the tough moments that your line has had in the defensive zone early in the season.
Yeah, sometimes some of it's read, sometimes it's just. Like last night, you got, the first goal go off, JMO's stick to the guy in the slot. The next one, a looper that goes over the net and, was whacked in out of the midair. So, you can't read into it too much. All you can do is, move on and get better from it. And, we just gotta, work on the details, the passes on the tape, good chips, good dumps, and go from there.
Go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Mark, as someone who loves this game and loves to study this game, when you look at this fourth set against Calgary, do you see it as a opportunity to exploit, one team, or do you see it as a challenge to kind of bring something, maybe not something different every night per se, but just, keep them on their toes, or both?
Every game's important. You can't look at the whole 4-game set from now. You got to look at game one against them and go from there. There's going to be challenges in each game, and we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We just got to play the right way over and over and over. And, whatever team comes up on top the first night, the other team's going to make an adjustment, and that's going to go on, kind of like a little bit of a playoff series. So, we got to be ready right from the get-go, and, keep adapting as the games go on and as shifts go on.
And final question to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Mark, I know you've said in the past that that Kyle Connor and Blake Wheeler are your favorite two line mates to play with. So when you get taken off a line with those guys, what do you feel when you get taken off those lines? Is it frustration, or is it just, you're okay with trying a fresh new way of doing things? What do you feel when you get taken off that line with those guys you love playing with?
It happens every year. I played 50 games without Blake Wheeler on my right side last year. So, that's hockey. The coach picks the lines and you go out and play. And, obviously, I love playing with Copper, love playing with Nikki. So, you know, it's a different look, but you know, that's hockey. You know, you're going to be on new lines. You're going to play with different guys all the time, and that happens. And you know, you don't really think about it too much. That's the game of hockey. And you know, all I can do is keep working on my game and keep getting better. And that's really all the focus is.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Josh.